Hello everybody, what is going on? Welcome to another video of Los Blancos Fan TV. So here we are after the international break with a ton of news to announce. There's a lot of news out there. We'll get through it. A lot of news, especially the most prominent headline is the Gareth Bale situation. What do we make of this? How do we react to this, to be honest? Anyways, I'll be giving my opinion. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I'll be giving my opinion pretty soon. But anyways, let's start off with saying what was said throughout the press by Marca, by Roncero, by these people. So, anyways, before we get into that, there's two ways to look at it. Obviously, he obviously doesn't want to be in Madrid. That's what the consensus seems to be. That's what everyone seems to think, is that Gareth Bale doesn't seem like he's interested in being at Madrid. And to be honest, it makes sense in a way. Look, he could have gone to China, he could have gone somewhere else, and you know what? Real Madrid halted the move because of their kind of own selfishness, their own kind of avarice. Just saying that we don't want to give him out for free. We want a fee for him, so that's why they didn't sell him. Hence, they kept him at the club, and now they're stuck with this situation. And there's the other way to look at it, which some Madrid fans have obviously looked at it, is the way is kind of like poking fun at the media. It's kind of, saying, all these stories they're fake and everything like that. A lot of us tend to believe the former. That he doesn't want to be in Madrid, and that seems to be the message there, the underlying motives that's being transmitted by Bale. What's up, James? Good to see you. Thanks for being on. I did get a fresh trim. Yeah. I do. I look a lot different, I guess, from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I probably look slightly different. Actually, I did want to get on that. Holy Shit has been keeping me accountable for all these haircuts and shaving, and I decided, what, Holy Shit, I'll do it. I'll take your advice. So I took Holy Shit's advice and shave and trim every day, right? Mohsen says, good to see you, man. It's been a while. I realized you look like a younger Jovic. Man, thank you for the comment, actually. Need to get those muscles, man. This guy's buff, but hopefully. What's up, dude? Borussia, Core Football TV, thank you for being on. It's been a while, man, and sorry I didn't reply to your Twitter message. I rarely use social media, to be honest. You'll probably know this by now. I really don't go on that much, to be honest, and the reason that is because I'm not a really big fan of social media. Anyway, let's get into the news. So yeah, Gareth Bale. Obviously, what was said about Gareth Bale, things like that. So a lot of headlines about Gareth Bale. Obviously today, only normal that was gonna happen. So what was said? Pretty much, the Spanish media just said, authentic earthquake, rudeness, mockery, disrespect. Yeah, a lot of things were said. He said there was also, a headline. He doesn't deserve to wear that shirt. You should never wear it again, never. Yeah. I totally understand. I think in this situation, actually, in this context, I think Bale is actually making himself look more ridiculous than Madrid is. The reason I say that, look, if I've been in situations where, I haven't had good relationship with my employers, things along those lines. Things haven't gone that well. There's been some acrimony, a little bit of bitterness, yeah, between the two. And what do you do in that case? It's very easy to say, I'm going to make fun of them. I'm going to tarnish their reputation. I'm going to, do it, across the media and things like that. And Bale really should have kept his equanimity here. What he did instead is he went to the media and, pretty much, he's not saying it, how do you say it, overtly. He's not saying overtly, look, I don't want to be in Madrid. I don't want to be here and things like that. But there are a lot of messages out there that are being transmitted that, it seems like he doesn't want to be in Madrid anymore. And so with this, obviously, with this kind of situation, it just kind of corroborates everything that's going on with this situation. So there you go. It's kind of a sad situation. It is a sad situation. But look, Bale really shouldn't be doing this stuff. And I think, to do something like this, I just think it's a bit far-fetched. It's a bit ridiculous. It really makes him look puerile. Mohsen says puta Bale, childish behavior, and that's exactly it. That's really what it comes down to, Mohsen. It's just very, very childish from Gareth Bale. I don't, why does he have to do that? Why does he have to do that? Borussia Core Football TV says Bale leaving, and yet, I think at this point, I always thought the best thing for both parties would be to leave last summer, but Real Madrid kept onto him. They latched onto him, but the best thing would have been to get rid of him last summer. But yeah, hopefully he will leave. It'd be best for both parties. It's a marriage that's been done. It's a marriage that's over. It's no longer going to work. Zidane isn't even saying anything bad about him. Rodrigo can't take his role. Rodrigo 11. Yeah, that's true. Zidane, I think, is not going to say too much about this. He is going to defend Gareth Bale. He's not going to try to criticize him, to lambast his behaviors, because at the end of the day, there's the interest of the club we still got a month left with Gareth Bale. We can still extract a little bit out of him. So hopefully we can continue, just get a little bit more, and then after that, hopefully sell him. James says Mourinho at Tottenham is the strangest thing I've seen in a while. Most definitely. I did not see that coming. I don't think anyone saw it coming. So definitely a weird one. That puts the Mourinho rumors to bed, obviously, with Real Madrid. He's been linked with Real Madrid, surprisingly, which baffles me, to be honest. But yeah, he's not linked to Real Madrid. Mosin says, seems so good, though. I think they'll be a great team. Yeah. It could be, definitely. Poch should relax now. Yeah, Poch is well-needed vacation, man. Hopefully he can take his little vacation. If it's, a few months, that would be great. But probably he's going to take a vacation. Bro, we played Paderborn on Friday. There you go. Mourinho to Tottenham is weird. It seems like I'm getting that a lot. So yeah, Mourinho to Tottenham, definitely a weird thing. No one saw it coming. But there you go. Football is like that, right? Things can change on a whim. So let's see. Gareth Bale, yes. Okay, so yeah, Thomas Rentero obviously had his say about it. He said Bale out. Marcus said total disrespect. Even Berbatov came out. He said it was silly to do that. The press have been critical of him, all throughout his career and stuff like that. And I don't think it comes without justification. I don't think it's unwarranted fully, because Gareth Bale throughout the years has done little things that hasn't really built his affinity with the fans. If anything, he does little things, and it creates a disparity between the fans and the fans and him, essentially. So, and I think that disparity is just growing and growing and growing, and these little things is what makes that gap grow and grow and grow and grow even more. If I were Gareth Bale, if anything, I would try to build some rapport, build some rapport with the fans, leave on a high, things like that, And I think there was one quote in specific, and I hope I can find it right now, and I think I could. Yes, there you go. So I think it was from, let's see, Marca. It might have been from Sport Witness or Marca or something like that, but it is those ugly details of Bale that are going to take him out of the wall of memory, of the Hall of Fame, from the pedestal in which memory encumbers players like him. Legend like Luka Modric, legend like Karim Benzema, a legend like Marcelo. Gareth Bale will never be remembered with the love of relationships in which there has been a love so sincere that time can only mitigate it and not erase it. I would have to go and read that again to understand it. But anyways, Madrid has taken too long to part with the Welshman, and I think that's true. It's it's a little bit like being in a relationship, and you continue the relationship, and the relationship it's not good, it's not healthy, but it continues anyway, and you still want it to work, but it's not healthy, and that's kind of the point where it's gotten to. It's just not healthy anymore, and yeah, both parties, it would be best for both parties, obviously, to move on, but we still have to cope with him at the end of the day for a few more months, actually 1 more month, I should say, hopefully. Mosin says PSG game sold out. Unbelievable. I know. I did see that. Crazy. Should we sack Favre? Says Borussia Core Football TV. I don't know. Favre. Is that the Dortmund manager? I only know Brett Favre. But no, I'm not sure who that is, actually. I don't watch football a lot. I don't watch football as much as I used to. I only watch Real Madrid, to be honest. James says, if the flag was pre-planned by one of his teammates, then I think he deserves punishments. But I think if they took it off a fan and that made it and it was brought onto the pitch, he should be fine. Okay, fair play. Let me think about this. It's hard to come to a decision about this. Would there be any consequences to this? Should there not be? Difficult. Let me think about that. I'll get back to you on that, James. Real Madrid says, yeah, good. How are you, man? It's been a while. I always say that. I always say it's been a while, and it's probably because I don't make that many videos. But I'm doing good. How about you? Yeah, I got a fresh trim, everything. Favored manager of Dortmund. There you go. So let's see. I'm not really too aware of the Bundesliga, and I know you are a Borussia core football TV. I really don't know. I really don't know much about him. Let's see if. Yeah, sorry. Favre. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, I looked silly now. Okay, so anyways, back to the Gareth Bale thing. Yeah, obviously. And then you had the agent coming out and saying the whole media campaign is a disgrace and a complete lot is a lot of complete lies. Some of the so-called media should be very ashamed of themselves. I mean, I don't understand what he meant by this. What is a lie? I mean, you can blatantly see that Gareth Bale, he doesn't really want to be at Madrid. I mean, and I think with James, even if he would have taken it off a fan, I just think to do it in the context in which he did it in, it's just so. It's ignominious. Yeah, there you go. Ignominious, embarrassing. I guess you could say a public shame. Really, really. I mean, why does he need to do this? And like I said, it's the same thing with my employers. If I work for someone, I don't really like them. I'm under contract. I'm not going to do these kinds of things, because I know ethically it's wrong. I know ethically, it's just not right. It's going to make me look even stupid. And I think Gareth Bale in this situation, it's really him. He's making himself look stupid. And at the end of the day, we lost the respect for him. I think this is where it's like, you know what, that's it, and I've lost total respect for him. And unfortunately, he was one of the players when he came into Real Madrid. He was one of the most exciting players. I was like, Gareth Bale, he's going to be amazing. He's going to do well. Madrid. I know a lot of people had doubts about him when he first came in, but I was very, very excited for Gareth Bale to come into Real Madrid. I knew he was going to do good, and every time I watched, Real Madrid, I really wanted to see Gareth Bale do good and do good and do good. And, over the past year, I would say, over the past year and a half, maybe I would say a year or so, actually a year and a half, if anything. It was after the Champions League final in specific when we played versus Liverpool. And he came out with the comments of, I want to be playing more, things like that. Okay, we gave him a little bit of a chance and, he started playing more. What happens? He gets injured, and that's the thing with Gareth Bale. If you're going to be looking to get more game time, then how can you, it's a bit of a... There's some incongruity there, You want to play more, but you get injured, and so there's a big problem there, and there's a discrepancy there, and you can't build a team around him, and that's what the managers have gone to, Is you can't build a team around Gareth Bale or around someone who's not dependable, and I think Gareth Bale has always wanted for us to build a team around him, and at the end of the day, he's not the kind of dependable person to build a team around, and because we haven't kind of done that, I feel he's venting his kind of his frustration, his kind of his feelings of hostility towards towards Madrid, and maybe Madrid haven't treated him the most perfect way in anything, but there's never been a time where Madrid have really I would say, maybe you could say the China thing, maybe that was kind of messed up. I'll say that, but other than that, Real Madrid have always treated Gareth Bale pretty professionally, and Gareth Bale has always come out and, kind of done something to kind of cause controversy. And this is just another thing that has caused controversy, and I just think it's so annoying from Gareth Bale. Sorry if I haven't gotten to your comments. Let me just get to them. Thoughts on Mourinho? Definitely weird. Hala Dortmund. There you go. Real Madrid fan says, again, Gareth Bale disrespected Real Madrid, and to be honest, Madrid deserved to be disrespected. Because they didn't sell them on the summer and keep while Zidane don't want him. Exactly, and I think that's the other point. That's the other point that people look at it. And obviously, I know that there are going to be people that will dislike the video because it's not their point of view. Some people will say, well, Real Madrid disrespected Gareth Bale, therefore Gareth Bale has a right to do this. However, I think Gareth Bale obviously has the volition to do whatever he wants, but I think it's just so petty, and I think that's what Mohsen was saying earlier. It's just so childish. Like, why do you have to taint your reputation based on that? And I think that's what it comes down to. I understand that it's somewhat justifiable to do something like that, but it really debases you as a person, and that's how I feel about it. Real Madrid fan says, also now who wants to buy him after he acted like a child? Good point, actually. Exactly. His cost, is going to go down the drain. I can understand why he did it. I can understand why he's doing these kinds of things, but I think if he was a more sensible human being, I think he should, remain equanimous, throughout this whole situation, remain calm and composed, and not even just do these kinds of things that'll kind of get, that'll insinuate people's emotions. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Real Madrid fan says the problem that he will continue playing with the team. For me, keep him out of the club. Rodrigo is better. Yeah, I think at this point, if I were Zinedine Zidane, I'd definitely keep him out of the club. I'd try to sell him in January. Because at this point, look, the relationship is obviously fractured. It's been fractured for a while. This only confirms that this whole relationship is fractured and that nothing, it's irreversible. The damage is done. It's like if you have a girlfriend, things don't work out, and the relationship is fractured, and it's a point of no return. That's what it is. Let's see. So he also said a few things during the international break. I love to play for Wales. I definitely have more excitement playing for Wales. Just, these comments, these comments that he makes, it's just, for me, it's just ridiculous. I really, why? That's the big question for me is why, There's no real motive to do it, besides feeling just, good about yourself, if anything. I can't understand why he'd do it. I don't understand why he'd do it. If you want to tell us something, tell us, unequivocally. Don't tell us, with answers which, we have to read between the lines and things like that. If you don't like something, let us know, or, through an Instagram post or something like that. I know there's a limit, but again, it's I don't like this attitude. I don't like this attitude, and that's me. I know some people will say, but Gareth Bale, it's justifiable, this behavior, to do something like that. It's a little bit warranted, I guess. It's a little bit justifiable. But anyways, let's see. So, is Gareth Bale culpable? Yes, but no. I mean, it goes either way. I can see an argument to be made for both sides, but for me, I think he is culpable. For me, he is culpable because he has the free will to do whatever he wants, to act in a manner that is professional, and he didn't act professional. He didn't act professional in that case. So for me, that's the biggest thing with Gareth Bale. That's really, really something I didn't like, and it leaves everyone. It leaves a lot of fans with bitterness in their mouth. It's very, very caustic for everyone. It's just, yeah. But anyways, that's the thing with Gareth Bale. I didn't want to, I guess that's going to be the main point of the video, but I do want to talk about a little bit about other stuff. Obviously, Mourinho has been hired for Spurs. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Some people wanted Mourinho to come back to Real Madrid. I personally didn't really have any qualms about Real Madrid not Real Madrid, about Jose Mourinho coming to Real Madrid. What I want to say is I had no qualms of Zidane getting fired. Maybe at some point in the beginning of the season, I was a little bit worried, but it never felt to me like I was really scared of him getting fired. Even for the past, I would say, I think it was 5 games where he's under pressure a little bit. I really didn't have any doubts, and maybe that's just me. James says, feel like Pierre should just want club football back. Yeah, me too, definitely. James Borussia Core Football TV says, Bale is a crucial player for Real Madrid, and Mourinho is a PL manager. Yes, Bale is still a crucial player for Real Madrid. I think I was going to say he still could be that. I would like him to be that. But if I were the manager, I would definitely omit him from the club. It's bad for the club. It's a bad message to be sending out to the players around the club. For him to come out with these comments, not these comments, and even these comments, you could say, because, obviously he decided his comments to make about Wales, and he obviously had the flag. So to do these kinds of things, I would omit him from the squad. I don't care how good you are. You don't do these kinds of things. For me, I would omit him. And maybe it's a bit stringent. It's a bit too strict, but I would do it. Mourinho is PL manager. Just crazy. James Sulian says, yes, qualms, doubts. That's what he means. Doubts, concerns, worries. Yeah, there you go. Real Madrid fan says, I can agree with people saying his acts are justified if he play the whole year, not getting injured most of the time. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's the thing with Gareth Bale. Look, if he wants to play, he comes out with these comments that, he wants to play more and he wants to play more, but if he gets injured all the time, it's like, how can you depend on someone like that? And that's the whole that's the big discrepancy that I have with Bale. I love Bale as a player. I think he's world class, but he gets injured so much that you can't depend on him. And if you can't depend on him, then it comes down to the choice of the manager, whether he could play or not, whether he can fit into the team or not. It's not about, I'm not injured, I'm going to play for sure. That's not how it works. And I think Gareth Bale has never really quite understood that at Madrid, and he's gotten frustrated with that. And then there you go. So yeah, apparently too, Raheem Sterling to Real Madrid. You see, that's the stuff that comes out during the international break. It's just a bunch of weird stuff. Raheem Sterling to Real Madrid, never in a million years. We know that only the English papers will do that. I mean, it's a bit like when your mom sees you as the best person in the world, but you're just a decent, ordinary human being, nothing special. But your mom says you're the best person in the world, and it's just your mom being, rooting for you. I mean, it's the same thing with England. England just rooting for Raheem Sterling. England is linking him to Real Madrid, but the links aren't coming from Real Madrid. I can assure you of that. There's other news also about. Let's see here. What's his name? Skriniar being linked to Real Madrid. I do want to talk about that a little bit. Rajiv, thanks for being on. For me, Bale's acts are unforgivable. The club and press has backed him for so long, even when the fans have gone on him and booed him. Actually, thank you for that, Rajiv. And yes, Raj, I should say. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I feel like, yes, maybe Real Madrid to a point, and I think Real Madrid fan did allude to this earlier, where, not letting him leave from Real Madrid was not the most astute decision. We should have done something a little bit. We should have let him leave to China. That would have been the perfect, situation. But unfortunately, we didn't do that. As a result, we are paying the ramifications for that. And now he's doing all these things, and that's the result of, of cutting someone from something that they wanted to do. And I can understand Gareth Bale to some extent, but these acts, it's unforgivable, as Raj says. It's unforgivable. It hurts. It hurts as a Real Madrid fan. I hate it. When I saw something like that, it really abases you as a Real Madrid fan. To be linked, not linked, but to be affiliated to someone like Gareth Bale. Who Gareth Bale to come out with these comments. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. That's what I have to say. It hurts. I hate it. I hate it so much. And it's not anecdotal. We've seen this throughout Gareth Bale's Gareth Bale's time at Madrid. He's come out with these little things every time there's something surrounding him. He comes out with something, and it's very equivocative. There you go, equivocative. Like, it's very, very ambiguous. You kind of have to understand the meaning behind it. He doesn't come out. He's not very straightforward, and something I don't like about Gareth Bale. If he doesn't like something, just be straightforward about it. That's the thing that I have a hard time with, and yeah, like Raj says, it's unforgivable. Really, it is a point of no returns. Unfortunately, it is a point of no returns. For me, before this international break, before the comments, I was backing Gareth Bale. I thought he could still be an important part of the club. I thought he could still, cement at least something at Real Madrid. Although he was a legend. Although he did great things at the club. For me, it just tarnishes his whole career at Madrid. And for me, personally, I'll never remember Bale as someone who's how can I say this? I'll never remember him as someone who's, he's only going to be, I don't want to say an auxiliary player, but he's not going to be remembered like someone like, per se, Ronaldo, or I don't know, someone like Raul, Casillas, these kinds of players, Casillas especially, actually, that's a very, very good example. When it comes to Casillas, that's a player who got not lambasted, he got lambasted under Mourinho, but he got if anything, he was getting really improperly treated by Mourinho, really unfairly treated, and never, ever said anything bad about Mourinho. He said something now in 2019, I believe, or 2018, but before that, but when he was under Mourinho, he never came out with anything bad to say about Mourinho. And I think Gareth Bale here, he could have taken on that same example. Unfortunately, obviously, he came out with these comments, the little things, And there you go. And I think that just tarnishes his name as a whole. Real Madrid fan says, I heard that Mbappe's mother talked about him to going to Real Madrid soon. Hey son, you going to Real Madrid? Yeah, there you go. Like, you better get to Real Madrid right now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, hopefully we do see Mbappe at Real Madrid. I would love to see him at Real Madrid. I think we do have the power to get him, and I think we have, hopefully, I want to say we have the power to get him for a little bit cheaper because he wants to come to Real Madrid. There is a motivation for him to come to Real Madrid. So I definitely hope that we don't have to pay something like 300 million because that'd be crazy. It would be crazy. CR7 or Bale, who is better, says Borussia Core Football TV. I'm going to go with, let's see here, CR7 or Bale. I'm going to definitely CR7. No doubt about it. I think Bale on his day, no, he's not as good as CR7. On his day, he's very close. But when you look at the technical games, when you look at Bale in Barcelona, Atletico games, in those kinds of games, he's never really that great. He had moments where he was very good, but most of the time, didn't really see him much didn't have much of an impact on the game. And that's one huge difference for me that stands out from CR7 and with Gareth Bale. As CR7 in the big games, in the Clásicos, in the derbies, he would always turn up. And Gareth Bale is someone who never really fully came up. Obviously, he had the goal with Barcelona. Was it 1 year ago or something like that? Really great goal. But besides that, never really saw him turn up. So for me, CR7 all day. Raj says earlier also that Perez was always like, that's my kind of guy. Obviously, you're referring to Gareth Bale, even at the expense of CR7. Yeah, there you go. Actually, definitely. That's very true. I forgot about that. Perez always backing Gareth Bale. And now Gareth Bale just turned his back and all these kinds of things. And it's just so unfortunate. Real Madrid fan says, sorry about that. But he scored. Borussia Court Football TV says he scored in the CL final. He scored at a Club World Club. He scored in the Euros. He did. You're right. No, you're right. you're right. It would be. I think it would be. How can I say this? It'd be very narrow-minded of me to say, Bale didn't do anything at Madrid, Bale's this, Bale that. No. At the end of the day, look, he is a player that has impacted to Madrid's success. If we didn't have Gareth Bale in the team, he would have never done anything. No, how can I say this? If we wouldn't have Gareth Bale in the team, during those 4 years, we wouldn't have succeeded as much as we did. Gareth Bale was amazing, in those crucial moments. Real Madrid fan says, don't compare Bale to CR7, please. CR7 leadership is enough. There you go. I can kind of understand, but for me, yeah, Bale did do all those things. He did turn up in those really crucial moments. CR7 also turned up in all the crucial moments, to be honest. He did a lot, CR7, for the club. So, yeah, CR7 for me for sure, but there you go. It'll be cynical if Bale will never be remembered, and I think that's true. I think it's a little bit impulsive for me to say, Bale's never going to be remembered. Bale's going to be, he's trash, he's garbage, he's not this, he's not that. Borussia Core Football TV says Bale is Bale's whole career. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it hurts. As much as it hurts, look, man, Gareth Bale is I don't want to say a legend, but he is a legend. Borussia Core Football TV says has more big moments than Liesi combined. Tough. I'd have to make we'd have to think about it. I'd have to look at the minutiae, but maybe. Raj says, did someone really ask to choose between CR7 and Bale? Is that even a question? There's an argument to be made there. I'm not gonna lie. The amount of goals, probably, there's this disparity between the two. That's never going to, there's a huge gap between the two. But I think what he's referring to is those critical moments, Gareth Bale was the important as CR7 in Real Madrid's success. That's the big argument, If we wouldn't have Cristiano Ronaldo at the club, we wouldn't have succeeded. If we wouldn't have Gareth Bale at the club, we wouldn't have succeeded as much. So there's an argument to be made, whether maybe in the critical moments is Gareth Bale a better player. So there you go. Borussia Core Football TV says, bro, how many times did Liesi won a UCL single-handedly? I mean, there was a header versus Manchester United in 2011, was it? But again, I wasn't watching football that much back then, so I can't really say much. Mohammed says Bale shouldn't play anymore. Minutes for Real Madrid anymore, but he is a legend. Yes, there you go. I think that's exactly my feelings. I don't think he should play anymore. It's hard for me to say he's a legend, but he is a legend. Objectively speaking, he's a legend. He is a legend of the club. Doesn't matter what he does. The impact that he's had at Real Madrid is legendary. We wouldn't have succeeded as much as we did without Gareth Bale, sadly. And as much as as much as it hurts my feelings to see what he did, he is a legend. He's a legend, sadly. I don't want to say sadly, but there you go. Real Madrid fan says Bale is a good player, no doubt on that, but his acts and injuries make Madrid fans hate him and not remember him. There you go. There you go. That's my feelings in a nutshell. Bale is a good player, but it's those little acts every single time that there is controversy, that there's talk about him. He's not going to be remembered because of those small things, and I think it just. Like I said, it hurts my feelings, but there you go. Borussia Core Football TV said, did Laessi ever score in the knockout stage without Xavi and Iniesta? I haven't checked that out. I can't tell you, but I have to see. Let's see. Raj says, I honestly don't want a player playing for Real Madrid who doesn't love the club and play for the badge no matter how good he is. Not Bale, not Neymar. Exactly. I would, and that's the thing. That's why I would definitely omit Gareth Bale from Real Madrid 100% at this point, because it's going to be pernicious if he comes back into the squad. If he starts playing, it's not going to send a good message to all the other players, because, players will be able to get away with saying stuff, and, that's the last thing we want. Borussia Core Football TV says he never scored without Xavi and Iniesta. He always won CL with those guys. Yeah, he did, but then again, he won a lot of La Liga trophies, and La Liga, we can write it off all we want, but Real Madrid has only won 2 in the past, 13 years or something. So it's easy to write off La Liga, but he has won 3 La Ligas, right? Back to back to back, I think, these past 3 years. So he's still a good player, no doubt. Sergio Ramos says, dude, it's a Real Madrid. Hey, dude, it's a... Yeah, there you go. It's a Real Madrid. It's good. I think I like that he kind of provides the arguments. It's decent. So there you go. That's pretty much what I think about Gareth Bale. So just to really put it in a nutshell, I did want to talk a little bit about Skriniar. Obviously, Skriniar being linked to Real Madrid. Let me just go through it really quick. Obviously, his agent has linked him to Real Madrid. Skriniar is worth 100 million euros. 100 million for Skriniar, I would take him for sure. Real Madrid. It seems like the agreement is closer because they've been, what have they done? They've needed him much more than Barcelona, and there you go. That's what his agent had to say. Whether that's going to happen or not, obviously we'll have to see. But Skriniar at the club, I would definitely take in a heartbeat. I think he's a really good player. I've only watched highlights, so I can't really make a good judgment. But there you go. Borussia Core Football TV says, do you know if Laessi goes to Champions League final, the likelihood of losing a final stage is very big compared to him winning it single-handedly. Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll have to see. Mohammed says, don't get why we didn't sell him to China in the summer. I mean, either. I never understood why he didn't go to China. It was stupid. It really was stupid from Real Madrid. I think we should have sold him to China. And we're just paying the consequences of that, really. Sergio Ramos says, Wales, golf, and China. There you go. So we'll end it on that. We'll end it on a high note. That's all I have to say for you guys today. I'm just to pretty much kind of recapitulate the main points of the video. Gareth Bale obviously coming out with these comments, not these comments, but yeah, even these comments during the international break, but also the holding of the flag. I just think it's a bit, it's a bit petty. It's a bit puerile from Gareth Bale. I don't really like what he did, but there you go. Borussia Football TV says, I know it's a Real Madrid channel, but I want to show David that Bale is better than Laessi. There's an argument maybe to be made, but Messi is definitely a very, 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 very good player. I don't think Bale anywhere near that category. But yeah, when is the next stream? The next stream is probably going to be is it Friday? Because Real Madrid play on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to check really quick. Yes, probably Friday at 2 p.m. Friday at 2 p.m. is going to be the next stream. Borussia Football TV says Messi is overrated. Liesi, I should say, is overrated. Yeah, I can understand that. Maybe a little bit, but I think no, he's definitely good. Sergio Ramos says, "Man, I don't give a fuck if Bale is better than Messi or not. Even if Bale is the best player in the world, I don't want to see him wearing the camiseta." It's exactly. Mohammed says, "There's no agreement, bro. How do you even compare Bale to Messi?" I think as Real Madrid fans, we do have to be humble and say Messi is definitely miles and miles better than Gareth Bale. Every goal that comes from Liesi comes from farmers. God can understand that. But there you go. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll come out with the next stream on Friday. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Probably. So, yeah, make sure to look out for that. I'll put the Instagram post as well. And thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you're at. Thank you.